Hi, so this video is going to be about Earth Day. So Earth Day is celebrated on the 22nd of April every year. It actually started in 1970 as a single event and is now actually celebrated in over 193 different countries across the world. And so with this video, I just quickly wanted to take you through 3 possible applets you could use as part of IFT in order to do your bit on Earth Day and perhaps actually extend out to the rest of the year. Hope you find them useful and good luck. So one of the things we need to do is kind of monitor the amount of electricity consumption that we have. And so one of the things I thought I would do is actually kind of penalise myself a little bit, or at least give back every time my consumption at in the house goes over a certain level. So I have an Octopus Energy account. In fact, I'm on Octopus Agile, and if you go down in the description, you'll see a link where you can get £50 off if you subscribe, and £50 credit is also sent to me as well. So if you're interested in joining Octopus Agile, certainly click on that link. And so the way that we do this within IFT is actually if this, it's going to connect to my Octopus Agile account. And there's a number of things in here, right? So when there's an energy price change or the export price, so if you've got solar cells, how much the grid will pay you for those changes. But in this instance, I'm actually going to go for energy consumption. And let's make sure I've got the right one for the whole day. Yep, so I go for energy consumption, and it's my daily consumption. And so I'm going to set myself the target. Some might say this is actually a bit high, but if it goes over 20 kilowatts, then I want to go plant a tree as a way of kind of trying to offsetting the amount of energy that I'm using. So I create the create trigger there, and then that. So actually, there's a new service that's been added by a company called More Trees. So More Trees enable the planting of trees either for yourself or for someone else, but as an API they can make that automatic, which is like a brilliant idea. So well worth going to have a look at moretrees.eco for more information. But here I'm going to select the plant a tree for self. I'm going to plant just the one tree now when I go over my daily target, and I'm going to go for create action. I'm going to click on continue. So basically, if my daily consumption is above 20 kilowatt hours during the day, then go plant a tree for me. And in this instance, I probably want to be notified, so I'll kind of know if I've gone over my limit. I can click on finish, and I'm done. So this should hopefully positively encourage me to make sure that I actually keep an eye on my daily usage and keep it below that 20 kilowatts hours limit. And if I do go over, then at least I know a tree has been planted in my name. I hope you find this one useful. On to the next one. So energysavingtrust.org.uk say that by turning down the thermostat just 1 degree in a room can actually save about £60 or 310 kilograms of carbon dioxide a year. So one of the things you might want to think about on Earth Day and beyond is actually turning down the thermostat in your room 1 degree, maybe even 2 degrees. Now, you might do that, but then someone else in the house might be turning it up. So here's a little great idea for you to be able to reset that each day. Make sure that the heating isn't suddenly being cranked up. And so for myself, I have a TADO system, and I could either switch it on or off, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset it each morning. So if this is going to be time, basically at about 3 in the morning, it's going to run this applet, and what it's going to go and do is actually for TADO, for the heating, it's going to return it to automatic control. And so automatic control should turn the heating back to the settings that I've set for each of the radiators and each of the rooms in my example, which I have now turned down an extra degree, and in some of the rooms 2 degrees to make it a little bit cooler in there. So I'm going to go for downstairs. it's worth noting that actually if you have an IFT Pro subscription, then you're actually able to go and set the same for each of the rooms. So I won't do that for all of them because actually I've got quite a lot. But as you can see, I can select all of them down the bottom, so that's probably not a bad idea. Or I could select each of the rooms separately if I wanted to. So let's just do for now the downstairs and the living room. Click on continue, reset the temperature, and click on finish. So now each morning my system's going to reset. It's going to turn the heating back down just in case anybody in the house has turned it up, and hopefully over the year save myself not only some money, around 60 quid for each 1 degree that I turn down in the room, but also reduce the amount of carbon dioxide produced through energy that needs to heat my house. On to the next applet. So again, on the energysavingtrust.org.uk site, they say by simply installing and correctly using a programmer, so timers, a room thermostat and thermostatic radiator valves, the valves that you can kind of turn up and down on a radiator, you can save yourself £75 or 320 kilograms of carbon dioxide a year. And so what I want to do here is almost go beyond an amazing timer and actually make sure that the thermostatic valves are turned up and down based on kind of whether I'm going to sleep or not. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set it so that when I go to sleep, it's going to turn the downstairs off, and then if I wanted to, I could go and create a similar one to turn it back on the morning. So I'm lucky enough to have a Zeek smart pillow, and that's the way in which I'm going to tell whether I've gone to bed. So you could, if you wanted to, you could use something like your alarm status or something similar to tell whether you're in bed. But I'm going to go for on the Zeek smart pillow, when I click on the start sleep button, that's kind of telling the rest of the house that I'm going to bed. Then actually what it should do is go and use the Tado heating and actually turn the heating off downstairs. And I might decide that's perhaps for the next 3 hours or the next 30 minutes or till the next automatic change. So my next automatic change is something like 7 AM in the morning, where it would normally start to heat the downstairs. And so basically what it's going to do is going to turn the heat off from the time that I go to bed, be that 6 o'clock in the evening, I wish, or maybe 8 or 9 o'clock, or maybe even if it's midnight, and keep that off until the next automatic change. So we're going to click on create action. I could then obviously go and select other rooms and kind of change the settings for those. So I might decide the kitchen and the living room and a number of other areas that I would normally switch off when I go to bed. Continue. I'm going to call this off to bed. Switch off the heating. And click on finish. So now, as soon as I go to bed, I'll click on the little button on the Zeek Smart Pillow, and rather than using the existing programmers, which is good, it's going to go and turn down all of those thermostatic valves downstairs for me, so I know I'm not heating a room that I'm no longer sitting in because everybody's gone to bed. So hopefully that's given you some food for thought. 3 applets that you could hopefully use to do your bit for the environment on Earth Day and beyond. So if you have a look in the description, you're going to find a link to my Octopus Energy referral link. That link will get you 50 quid credit if you sign up, and obviously they'll send 50 quid credit to me. There's also going to be links to all of the other products that are featured in this video. So please, please, please put in your comments how you're looking to use these, how you got on with them, and also actually what other applets you're starting to create. Maybe even make a video and share it in the comments as well. Really look forward to seeing them. Thank you. Bye.